Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. The National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, has filed criminal charges against suspended Congressman Arnie Teves. These are over the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo that also left 9 others dead. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla said Teves is facing multiple murder, multiple frustrated murder, and attempted murder complaints. This development means that Teves now has the opportunity to file his counter affidavit. The Justice Secretary clarified, though, that the lawmaker cannot file this while he is out of the country.
I think that the panel of prosecutors was just convened to receive the complaints. Murder, multiple frustrated murder, multiple murder, and multiple attempted murder.
Meanwhile, authorities have arrested an alleged gunman that was supposedly hired by the Teveses. The CIDG, or Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, identified the accused as Police Staff Sergeant Noel Santa Ana Alabata Jr., also known as Alfonso Edena Tan. He was arrested for attempted murder and attempted homicide charges. The PNP CIDG says that Tan was allegedly used by the Teveses as a hitman for their business rivals. In other news, a hearing was held earlier today on the petition for bail of the 5 out of 7 accused in the hazing death of Adamson student John Matthew Salilig. Only Daniel Perry, Michael Ricalde, Sandro Victorino, Mark Pedrosa, and Tung Cheng Teng attended via video conferencing from the Binyan City Jail, which was allowed by the judge. Meanwhile, the prosecution presented Roy Osman de la Cruz as a witness. The Salilig family was surprised that the accused filed a petition for bail, and they are confident that the court will not grant it.
Inisip na lang namin na part ng game plan siguro nila yan, just to delay things up. I don't think so na magagrant kasi based on the testimony and the evidences presented, it's very clear na andun po sila.
We're pausing for a quick break, but One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. You're still with us here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Operations at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport were uninterrupted, even amid the maintenance activity of the country's air traffic management system. Dave Abuel with the details.
Elisa was both nervous and happy today as she is set to fly to Canada to work as a caregiver. However, her flight coincided with the planned airspace shutdown earlier this morning. Fortunately, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines decided not to proceed with the shutdown.
Nagpanik ako, tapos tumawag ako sa agency, na ano mangyayari. Sabi naman nila, basta mag-check-in ka.
Philip, who works as a seaman, was also worried that his flight to Singapore might get cancelled. But nonetheless, he agrees with the need to improve the country's air traffic management system.
Kung ganyan mangyari, mas maganda i-upgrade nila kasi yan ang mga madalas problema dito pagdating sa mga ganyan. Natidelay ang flight, minsan natatagalan kami makaantay. Mas maganda na rin ayusin ng ganyan kasi back to advance na tayo para wala nang aberya.
From 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock in the early morning, the defective uninterruptible power supply or UPS at the Air Traffic Management Center was replaced. The faulty UPS was the reason for hundreds of delayed flights on January 1, leaving thousands of passengers stranded at NAIA. To prevent any flight disruptions during the maintenance activity, CAAP temporarily installed a backup UPS as a temporary power source. The UPS serves as a battery or power supply during power interruptions to ensure the functionality of the communications navigation and surveillance system.
Po natin sa ating UPS went well as planned. It was managed well by our technicians and our engineers. At ito yung ating mga air traffic controllers. So, concerted effort. Wala pong naging epekto sa ating operation.
The CAAP will continue to monitor their system in case any issues arise after the upgrade. For News 5, Dave Abuel, We Are One News.
And the Department of Information and Communications Technology says that scammers have changed their tack to trick users on the back of the SIM registration law. DICT Chief Ivan Uy said scammers now have fake sites where subscribers can supposedly register their SIM cards. Personal information can be extracted from users if they key in data on the bogus link. Uy is once again encouraging subscribers to register their SIMs to close down an avenue for fraud through text messages. President Bongbong Marcos extended the April 26 deadline for SIM registration by another 90 days or until July 25.
I already warned that once in-extend natin ito, the scammers will take that opportunity to continue and to hasten their scamming methods using their respective cell phones dahil kumbaga last chance na nila to be able to do that.
In other news, the Supreme Court reiterates that the Anti-Violence Against Women and Children or VAUC law also applies to women in same-sex relationships. The High Court referred to a resolution in December of 2022 on the petition of a lesbian. The petitioner's motion was junked after she sought to squash her partner's complaint of physical abuse. The petitioner claimed that the law supposedly does not apply to lesbian relationships. In denying the motion, the court cited a 2013 ruling which explained that the law uses the gender-neutral word person when referring to who might be held criminally liable. One News Now will be back with the latest stories at 6:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.